We shot down this road and we landed right into the Jap lines, and they fired into the truck and never hit the motor, never hit any of us. And the bikie, he came hurtling up the road. He said, "Turn round, you're in the Jap lines." He was too late, we're already there. So I backed it around in a panic, I suppose. There was a big ditch behind, and they're banging on the back of the cab, and I thought that was for me to go. And they were banging to tell me there was a ditch there, and the wheels went over it. And I thought, oh God. And then anyhow they're bashing back, and I did the thing I never do. I put the clutch right down and revved the motor real, and I let it out, and it just slipped up over the edge. And away we went, still in a hail of bullets, but it was dark. They couldn't actually detect where we were, they could hear the sound. So we got back to the roundabout and we followed round to the left, then we came right into St Andrew's Cathedral, and that's where we put our last wounded, went down into hospital. And we were directed along the road. The bikie led us, Donna led us most of the way, and then he peeled off somewhere, but we're right in the city then, and they were pointing down that way. The truck, they knew it, but I don't know if it had insignia on it or not, but we finished up at the St Andrew's Cathedral, and that was the day that, one of the days that Chuck Williams got killed, one of the Pommy blokes.
So this was St Andrew's Cathedral and not the hospital? No,
this was at St Andrew's Cathedral.
Okay.
We just squatted down this day in between work and had to have a bite to eat, and they zeroed in on us with those daisy cutter bombs, shells actually, and of course we fell straight down. Bob Williams started to run, and they damn near cut him in half with one lot of shrapnel. And Frank Naveau and one of the other ASC fellas rushed out and dragged him in under cover, but he was dead by the time they got him.
Now, can you visualise the cathedral?
Yes.
Did it have tents around it?
Have which?
Were there tents around it?
No tents.
No tents?
No, just the cathedral.
Just the cathedral? And were they burying the dead in the cathedral grounds? Do you know?
Yes, they were burying some there.
Yeah.
And they were burying the legs and arms and things too.
Yes, they had a refuge pit for that sort of thing. And all the fittings have been stripped out of the cathedral. It was set up as a sort of medical centre.
The pews,
yes.
they were gone.
The pews.
But, the rest of it was there.
Yes, yeah. Had the nursing sisters gone at that stage?
Well, they weren't any there with us at there. I don't know when they went. I have no idea. But we never had any of the nursing sisters with us at all. They were somewhere else. They might have been with the CCS or
and the
some of the other parts, but I never saw them at all, but I know they were there doing their job.
Yeah. What about when you're at Manor House? Did you see them?
No, I didn't see any there. No, we were there on our own.
Do you remember when all the bombing stopped on the 15th of August, 15th of February?
The bombing stopped almost immediately. The word went around there was a cessation of hostilities, and that was later, or in the early evening, the 15th, and I think the actual cessation was at 8:30. But it sort of tapered off. But there was a British battery behind a revetment wall near the water there. And they poured, for the last 24 hours, they poured every round of ammunition they had through their guns. They must have been told to get rid of it. You know. And one plane found them, a low-flying Zero, but he missed them anyhow. They kept firing right up to the death knell. And I don't know which battery. They were English, I know that.
Yes. So the capitulation has taken place. Do you remember the move out to the...
Well, we stayed there until the 19th, and or the 18th. The 18th we stayed there, I think it was then, and we stopped off at St Patrick's Cathedral or St Pat's School at Katong on the way out, because we had ambulance people working there with the wounded. They'd been turned into a hospital, and my cousin died there. He got hit on the 7th of February and died on the 8th, and he was buried there in the grounds at St Pat's School at Katong, and we went in and washed the sheets and bandages, and the next day we moved on again, and we got out to Changi into Cellaring Barracks late on the 19th of February.
Did you walk out there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you aware of all the sick and wounded being brought in from the battlefield by other ambulances?
Oh yes, a lot of them were taken into the Cathay building in Singapore, which was turned into a hospital there. But they got hit heavily with artillery fire, and I think they lost 26 in one barrage.
And once you became a prisoner of war, what camps were you in?
Well, we went to Cellaring Barracks, and we were there for about 6 weeks, and it was getting, we reckon we were eating the hibiscus hedge. Dr. Mills, Roy Mills, told us to eat the hibiscus for the greenery. He said there was something in it that was good for us. So we always obeyed lawful command as well as unlawful ones. But anyway, so we ate about 4 miles of that stuff.
Yeah. And
once we started eating, the Pommies were horrified.
Yeah.
Eating up their beautiful hedges.
Yes.
It was like a medium strip.
Yeah.
And anyhow, they saw what was happening, so everybody started to eat it.
Yes.
And we were getting the rice had the lime in it, and oh, it was awful stuff. It would go real yellow colour. It looked like scrambled eggs. The way they cooked it too, it was like a gooey yellow mass, and it was bloody awful.
Yes.
Anyway, I said to, there was a working party going out somewhere, we didn't know where, and Major Hazelden, and he wasn't one of our majors, he was in charge of us at Adam Park anyhow, Doctor. His name will come to me, but anyhow, and Captain Mills, they were the doctors going out. So I got around a few of the blokes and said, what about it, you know? And they said, yeah, we'll go, because we reckon it could be better than what it was, because the food was bloody awful and it wasn't a lot of it. So once we got out to Adam Park, we dug up the trench and we got an abundance of food. In one trench we got 8 pounds of tobacco in 16 tins of 8 ounces, 8-ounce tins of tobacco. Book and Sobrani tobacco, I always remember the name. Oh God, we smoked our heads off. Yes, a bit of dunny paper, newspaper. But we found food, we found grenades and things as well. We had to be a bit careful, but but we're allowed to trade there because there was no fence around Adam Park. They were all bungalows, beautiful bungalows. The guardhouse was 2 from where we were. We didn't get move around much because we're under their eye all the time, but the guards were all through the camp. The Brits were in one side and we were in the other. We were nearest to the Jap guardhouse, and they allowed us to get a Chinese stall there, you know, Singaporean Chinese, put a stall in, and we were buying eggs and bananas and pawpaws and all that sort of stuff and other stuff because we were getting our 10 cent a day from working.
Yes.
We could buy it with that. So that was a pretty good camp really, and there were plenty of bashing, but you know, we were working on the roads, and down at the Hindhead, they were Swedish company, had the granite quarries at Bukatima, and we were working down there, chiseling out, getting the granite out, and the Chinese stonemasons were working it for the Japanese military shrine that had been built over the other side of the reservoir in the jungle.
Yes.
So we went from the granite quarries onto the roads and then up to the shrine. We were working up there.
You were working up the shrine?
Yeah.
Did you ever work in the Roberts Barracks Hospital?